Welcome to another figure updates video. So for this video, we are going to be talking about the end of October. October 24th is when I'm going to be getting this video out. And then a few weeks ago, I missed out on the New York Comic Con. There was some Nendoroid news that dropped during that time, which is kind of interesting, but there was no really big scale figures that I really cared for. But yeah, there are a few things I want to talk about, and there's a few updates that I want to get to. Before I do me a favor, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my blog at otakusen.com, check out my TikTok, and let's go ahead and get into this dang video. So it's been about like over a month, 2 months now, maybe. The Agatsuma Zenitsu resin by Great East Entertainment. The issue that I had with this figure specifically is, let's go straight into the blog. If you guys haven't checked out my blog, go to otakusen.com. But on my post, and it looks like a representative from Great East Entertainment. I used the speculative fiction website's pictures, but apparently they were old, and they went ahead and contacted speculative fiction to update their pictures. So the pictures are actually representative of these of the manufactured pictures. So you have the blue lightning effects. And that is a huge game changer for me, because before, the whole figure was basically a big ball of yellow. So with this blue, it gives you like that contrast between the yellow and the blue. And it makes me really like this figure. And it's a bit more affordable than the Infinity Studio one. So I am pretty, that's something that's still on my wish list, that's near the top of my wish list. If I want to drop money on a resin, this could be one of them. So here on Speculative Fiction, they actually updated their pictures to the updated figure. So that's, it looks really good, guys. So yeah, it's still on the Big Toy Store for pre-order. Right now, I can't tell if it's like sold out on Great East Entertainment, their merch site. I'm assuming that they sold out of it. But the good thing is, it looks like it's still available on Speculative Fiction and Big Bad Toy Store if you guys are still interested in that. Alright, so for the next thing I want to talk about is actually my AmiAmi order. I ordered it and paid for this AmiAmi order. It had this Shion FREEing 1/4 scale bunny. It had the Megahouse 1/8 first gig set re-release Cowboy Bebop figure. And I had a Inosuke Nendoroid doll in that shipment as well. So that was on August 1st. I think it was August 1st. And so it's been about 2.5 months. And I finally received it. And you know what? 2.5 months isn't that bad. But the thing is, I've seen this Shion figure. She's already available on the Crunchyroll store. So I've seen this bunny figure there as well. The Cowboy Bebop one, I haven't quite seen it reach the States just yet. But it could be available. But for sure, the bunny figure, I've seen it on the Crunchyroll store. So if you guys are from the US, or if Crunchyroll ships to your country, then it's available there. So yeah, 2.5 months, that's not that bad. But yeah, I have these figures right now. Within the next couple weeks, I'll have videos for them as well. So for figures that should be coming out by the end of this month, the only one that's for sure in stock at AmiAmi that I have on pre-order is the Shion 1/7 scale from Quest Q. This is the only one that I've seen that's in stock. So I should be getting a quote from AmiAmi pretty soon. But I'm hoping that these next 3 figures that I have on pre-order that should be released this month, that I'm able to combine the orders or something like that. But yeah, this Shion Quest Q figure 1/7 scale, I will be getting that pretty soon. And the next one that should be coming out that I have on pre-order is the Milim Nava Rimuru Tempest from Tensei Shitara Slime Dataken. It's the alter figure. This is probably my favorite figure of Milim in terms of just the design, because it's just the most accurate one. She has so many figures, but the face and then just the overall, I'll guess I'll call it the classic design of her. This is how she's typically dressed. So yeah, I just want one that looks just like her in good quality, and I think this Ultra one is that one. So keep an eye out for that. Go to your favorite anime figure website, put on some notifications if you guys didn't put in a pre-order, because I think this one's going to turn out to be pretty damn good. And the next figure that should be coming out pretty soon as well is the Emiya Shirou from the Fate Khalid liner Prisma Ilya. I really don't know how to say Khalid. I don't even know. Why do they keep naming these weird names that it's hard to say, you know? But anyways, this Emiya Shirou, or Shirou Emiya, this is by far my favorite design of the character, and it just so happens to be in the shoujo anime. That's fine because I just care about what he looks like, and this is by far the coolest version of him, and it just so happens to be the shoujo one. So keep an eye out for this. Hopefully it does come out this month. It should be. And the next one is the Haruhi Suzumiya 1/7 scale from Kadokawa. I have this on pre-order too, so she should be coming out in the next few days. It looks like October 27th is the release day. So there's quite a few that's coming out pretty soon that I should be getting in the coming weeks while I'm making these other videos. So keep your notifications ready for that, or you know, there's probably pre-orders available for her. So that, and the next one I actually have pre-ordered on Right Stuff Anime, the Bakugou, the S-Fire from Sega Takara Tomy 1/8 scale. So this one is already released, but then again, I have it from Right Stuff Anime on pre-order there. So within the next month or two, this one should be coming out too. Really love the design. Just keep an eye out for that if you're from the States. I mean, I think he's still available on Right Stuff Anime to kind of put it in pre-order. Alright, so those are the figures that should be coming out pretty damn soon. The next list of figures that I have are actually just a bunch of figures that I have on my wish list that I kind of seen through the past month. And the first one is one that, you know, I'm not actually that big a fan of Ochaco, but the S-Fire Uraraka 1/8 scale by Sega and Takara Tomy. Dude, like the S-Fire one and the Spirit Tail figure of Ochaco, I can't deny it. It looks freaking dope. You know, it looks good enough. The design, everything, I love everything about it. Just as an anime figure, that I kind of just like it part of the collection. So that's why I added it to my wish list as part of, you know, maybe I'll add it to, you know, the my hero figure collections that I have. But yeah, the design, it's kind of like a cheaper version of, you didn't end up getting the Spirit Tail one. But yeah, Ochaco S-Fire design is dope. And the next one, for the New York Comic Con, they actually released news that they're gonna make a Power and a Denji Nendoroid doll, and during that time they actually re-released the Nendoroids, the regular Nendoroids. That's available for pre-order, but now they have the dolls, so that's gonna be pretty interesting. You know, I told myself I'm not gonna get Nendoroids. I'm not gonna collect too many Nendoroids anymore. I'm just gonna stick to maybe a few here and there, and especially ones that are a little bit harder to get, a little bit more exclusive and limited. But I just thought it's good to mention that Power and Denji are getting a Nendoroid doll. And also going off the New York Comic Con weekend, Good Smile Company released that. And this is also available on pre-order right now. So Shuna from Tensura is a cute little Nendoroid. I just thought I'd mention that too because, you know, I'm still a big fan of the show. The movie's coming up, and I just thought that I'd mention it because I'm pretty interested still in the scale figure of this character. And I think Quest Q is making the scale of Shuna. I talked about that on a previous video. And the next figure that this is more towards at the top of my list of my wish list, and it is the Dragon Ball superhero movie, the Orange Piccolo by SH Figuarts. Orange Piccolo, man. I love the design of Orange Piccolo. No matter what you guys think about the story of Dragon Ball, you know, power levels and all that stuff, like the design of Orange Piccolo is super dope. I seen a comment below, like, he's like a Giga Chad Piccolo. Like, I love that comment so much because he literally is like a Giga Chad. It's just a dope design of Piccolo and how they just boosted his power level. This is something that, you know, Dragon Ball is very close to my heart as my childhood. So anything Dragon Ball, I'm going to eat up, you know, in terms of, it's not hard to sell on me on buying a Dragon Ball figure, but I obviously want to get something unique and, you know, special to me. And this Orange Piccolo one is near the top of that. And here you have it on Tamashii Nations. This was during the New York Comic Con event. This is their Twitter right here. The next figure, I've already talked about this figure already from Pixar Studios. It is this Naruto Risen. Before they didn't have a price, I just thought I'd mention the price, which on Big Bad Toy Store is about $1,250. So it's pretty on par with most Risen at this scale in this design, this much intricacy to the figure. So $1,250. At the time when I pulled this up, I didn't see it on the Speculative Fiction, but it might be up there by now. Speculative Fiction is typically a little bit less, so maybe $1,200 instead of $1,250. But this is around what you'll be getting for it. If there was a Naruto Risen that I would get, I think this one is still at the top. And the next figure is another Risen one by Prime 1 Studio. It's just an Attack on Titan. You get to see, this is like the deluxe one too. They have like a couple versions of this, but this is the deluxe one. It's just, you know, the main trio in any anime. You know, Mikasa, Eren, and Armin fighting some Titans. But the price might deter you. It's a 1/4 scale and it comes with that bonus. So the deluxe version, it looks like it comes with, you could change the heads. But for $3,500, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm not gonna get this. I can't afford this. But this is something that I would buy. It feels like closer to $1,000, but for $3,500, I cannot afford this. It's cool to still highlight things that, you know, stylistically, design-wise, is just freaking tight. And, you know, I never talk about Funko Pops, but this is a New York Comic Con exclusive. It looks like the Ultra Instinct Goku. I don't really collect Funko Pops anymore, but like I said, exclusives is special to any kind of Comic Con or any kind of convention event. Exclusive to that event, those are ones that I still want to keep my eye on, even though I most likely won't end up getting it. But it's something that if I can get my hands on it, that I might do it. So Ultra Instinct Goku is just on that list. And for the next line of figures, it was the 30th year anniversary of Yu Yu Hakusho. Along with Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho is like captivated a lot of childhoods during that early 2000s for at least for the Western world. The early 2000s is when the Western world, if you were like a teenager or younger or just anywhere during that time watching anime, Yu Yu Hakusho was up there with Dragon Ball Z. So, Kotobukiya for the 30th anniversary. Now, we have the third re-release of these ARTFXJ Yu Yu Hakusho figures. I just thought I'd pull up all the figures of Yu Yu Hakusho. You have the Yusuke, you have Hiei, you have Kuwabara, and then you have the Yoko Kurama, and then there's like the regular Kurama too, I believe. To be entirely honest, I've seen resins of Hiei, Yoko Kurama, and Yusuke and Toguro. So there's a lot of high quality figures of these characters already, but the one that it's hard to find figures for is the Kazuma Kuwabara one. This is the one that I'll most likely will buy. It's the Kazuma Kuwabara figure. And I believe like a lot of the resale prices for this ARTFXJ one is skyrocketed. So it's nice to know that they re-released it about like 5 years later, so everyone can get their hands on. I think this is going to be the one that people are going to be getting the most, because this is just by far the most expensive and hard to find good quality figures for. So this is one that I will be keeping my eyes on. If I don't pre-order it, I'm definitely have notifications up on the release date, and I'm probably going to buy this figure. And just here is on the Kotobukiya website if you want to get it from there. So here is when it starts to get pretty interesting of these other scales. So recently they dropped pre-orders for Makima off of Chainsaw Man Phoenix 1/7 scale by Furu and Mappa. And my thoughts on this figure is like, this is the pose to make the anime figure for this character. This is the pose. This is the iconic look of Makima. If you guys haven't read the manga, I'm not gonna spoil it or anything, but this is the pose. This is her introduction when she starts to use her powers. I love that they picked this, but I don't like the face. I really don't like her face at all, man. So I probably am going to pass on this, even though I want this anime figure. I just don't like the face. So I told myself recently, I'm not going to spend $100 and $200 on a figure that I don't really like, even though I like the thought of it. I can't buy things based off the thought of something. I need to buy something because I actually like it. And I just believe that this Phoenix figure, they didn't execute the face as I would like. But yeah, just like the Phoenix Yor figure, I like the thought of having the Yor to go along with my pre-orders of Lloyd and Anya, but I don't like Yor's face. So the same issue I have with her face, I don't like the sculpting on Makima's face, so I will end up passing on this and hope that another company or they will release another Makima figure scale of her, and hopefully that will be one that I would want to buy. But for right now, this is on my wish list, but very, very unlikely that I will buy this figure. And here she is for almost 30,000 Japanese yen. So that turns out to be around $201, $202. And of course, she's still available for pre-order. I don't think she's gonna really sell out, but you never know. But I think most people have the same issues that I have. It's her face. And the last thing I actually want to talk about is there's an Aniplex 1/4 scale of this Kyojuro Rengoku figure. Now, this kind of bothers me a little bit, and I think this is around the time where New York Comic Con was out. So they released the sculpting for this Rengoku figure, and this is one where, like, if you guys know me by now, you guys know, like, I prefer the 1/4 scales. There's not much 1/4 scales from Aniplex either, and this character is still very popular, even though the movie's been out, what, over a year now. The anime is already over. They released that last fall winter when Demon Slayer came out. If this came out first, I would have probably pre-ordered this one, but right now I already have the Megahouse one. I have the Figuarts 01 with the faceplate switch, and I also have this other Aniplex Rengoku figure on pre-order. And I really like that one because it has the flame effects. It's a little bit too late for me to want to dish out another, probably, it's a 1/4 scale, guys, so you're paying at least $300 to $350 most likely for this. And if you already dropped like $500, $600, $700 on this, and cumulatively from Rengoku figures, then it's like, man, do I want to spend $1,000 all on one character? But you know, it's up to you guys. To me, I think that is too much on a character I like, but this isn't a Goku. This isn't, you know, an iconic figure for me. For you guys, it might be different. And also the freeing one, if you guys spent $400 or $500 on the freeing one without the resin effects, it doesn't really make much sense to buy this one too. But if you got money like that, obviously, if you have money like that, it really doesn't matter. But, you know, to us little people with not a lot of money, this is a big deal. And that freeing one, it makes a lot more sense to just get that one. But then again, if you didn't get that one, this one is another good option for a 1/4 scale. I just thought it's just kind of weird that they're releasing this a little bit later than I would have liked. And I think they've missed out on a lot of pre-orders that would have came. But then again, I'm sure Aniplex, they know what the heck they're doing. They know that they could still probably make money from this. So they're the ones with the resources to market, to understand how much money they can make. So I'm not gonna freaking go out against that. But for me personally, as a consumer, I would have loved it if they announced this like a year ago. But either way, this is something that's on my wish list. It's something I will keep my eyes on. Who knows, down the line, the tides might turn, and I might actually still end up getting this one. Maybe I'll sell my other Rengoku figures just so I can have this one. Who knows? But I find it just interesting. I find it fascinating that it's another Rengoku figure by Aniplex, and it's a 1/4 scale, and you just don't see that. And here we are at the Aniplex Plus, their Twitter account. So they have this right here, announcement right here. So that's just pretty cool. Can't wait to see it actually painted in. And yeah, that is the last figure that I wanted to talk about. This is going to be a little bit longer video than I would have liked if I did this video sooner, but there's quite a few figures that you guys want to keep your eyes on that's going to be released October, November, December. Man, it's going to be a super busy month for anime figure releases. I got a bunch coming in. I gotta make these videos, and yeah, just keep an eye out for that. There were some decent figures in this past month since the last video I made. However, all these ones that are being released for us to buy, to purchase, are the most exciting ones right now for me. So just keep an eye out for that. If you guys want to follow me on my figure collection and see what I'm getting, see what's on my wish list, go ahead and follow me there. But yeah, other than that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my blog at otakusin.com, check out my TikTok. Let me know what you guys think about all these figures. What do you guys have on your wish list? What do you guys think about the Makima figure? I think that one is the one that I'm most excited to talk about because Chainsaw Man just released, and you know, I really love the manga. I'm glad I ended up reading it. And yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.